It's the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, welcome. Happy Tuesday. The Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, we're going to chat basketball. Katie Garcin-Forba, Capital Girls. Brandon Day, Helena High Boys. On this day in history coming up. The walk-off and much more. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and so much more. And we welcome you in. Opening segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 15 different offerings under their milled log homes. They'll create the perfect log or timber frame home of your dreams. These homes are crafted to last for generations. You can bring your own plans or check theirs out. And go to yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Helena High's got a new football coach. You can weigh in if you so choose. At JWalkerSports on the Twitter. You can Facebook us, email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com, or you can call in 406-209-1267. Dane Oliver, wow. He's a two-time champ at Sentinel, but Dane Broadhead is taking over as the head coach of Helena High. That was announced today, pending board approval, which will happen. But he will assume the role after 8 years as an assistant, and replacing the retired Scott Evans, who stepped down after 4 years as the head coach. Broadhead has coached offense, defense the past 8 years. He knows football. He played at Carroll, led the Saints to a national championship appearance in 2011, and he knows the game of football. He's a PE teacher, and was one of the 4 finalists that Helena High brought in, or Helena Public Schools brought in, and it's a no-brainer that, Dane Broadhead. So that's good news for Helena High fans, because it's been since 1932 that Helena High's won a state championship in football. And, by going off of the name Dane, they should win a couple in a row, right? It worked for Dane Oliver over at Sentinel. So Dane Broadhead taking over. And he's a great guy. Bless me. Yeah, he's a great dude. I've spent time in the office when talking with either Tony Arnson or Scott Evans, and talked to Coach Broadhead as well. In fact, he'll join the show tomorrow. He was pretty busy today, but he will be on the show tomorrow, spouting knowledge, and it's going to be good. He's a good dude. It's a great hire. The kids know him, which that's a big deal. I think for Helena High, the kids know him, and they know what kind of coach he is. They know what to expect. He comes from the Tony Arnson, Scott Evans mold, right? He's got a little bit of both. Plus Mike Van Diest, and Nick Howlett and Jim Hogan. He's got great lineage of coaches that he's learned and learned from. So, love the hire for Helena High football. And, it's awesome. But he will join us tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. Thursday, we're going to talk to Lance Hartzler. I think Bear Old will join us on Thursday as well. He'll be signing with the Bobcats tomorrow, the big dude out of Georgia. Alex Eshelman tomorrow as well. Next week's going to be up in flux as far as the shows. It depends on Frontier Conference championships. Monday, if Carroll or Tech are hosting, there's a good chance I don't think I'll be on the air. Tuesday, if Rocky Women host, then I will do a show. Wednesday for sure. But then next Thursday and Friday, we're off. And then the week after that, we'll be in Missoula Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the State A boys and girls. And 9 teams make the State A boys and girls. It's weird. It's a weird deal. So, but it'll be fun. And I get to call those games for NFHS up there in Butte. And that's in 2 weeks for the State A, all the state tournaments. You got State B in Bozeman, the State C in Great Falls, and the Double A down in the Magic City of Billings. You also have the NAIAs next week, or in 2 weeks, I'm sorry. Man, it's that time of the year, my friends. Basketball season is upon us, and we love it. We absolutely love this time of the year. I was just talking to a buddy who's a broadcaster as well before the show, and he said, he'll be happy when it's over. And I'm like, we all will. We love this time of the year, but then it's always nice to have a breather. You get spring break, right? And then have a breather after all the state tournaments and all the basketball, wrestling and swimming a couple weeks ago. So it's always fun. And then you ramp it up for the spring sports season: softball, track and field, golf. So yeah, fun stuff. So looking forward to all of it. Let's see, what else did I don't know if you guys saw Tom Izzo yesterday talking about the Juwan Howard, Greg Gard incident. And I won't show the full 4 minutes, but just check out what Tom Izzo had to say.
The handshake line now.
Oh my God!
Have you heard that?
Oh my God, I have, and I do got to comment on that since that's not insulting to anybody. That to me would be the biggest farce, joke, ridiculous nature of anything I've ever heard of. We've already taught these poor 18-year-olds that when you're told to go to class and you don't like it, you can leave. We've already told these kids if you're not happy, you can do something else. We've already told these kids that it's hard to hold them accountable, and now we're going to tell them to not man up and walk down a line on someone who's kicked your butt and have enough class to shake their hand is utterly ridiculous. So if the president said it, I think he's full of it. If the best coach in America said it, I think that gets me way more than this incident. Not shaking hands. That's typical of our country right now, Instead of solving the problem, let's make an excuse and let's see if we can just, instead of confronting and demanding that it changes, let's eliminate it so that we don't have those problems. Let's try to do that. That's perfect us right now. That's not perfect me. That's not happening here. So if some team doesn't want to shake hands, you're going to see 15 of my guys walk down and shake air. We're going to shake air, and I'm going to shake air, and then we're going to leave.
That's fantastic. That is Michigan State men's basketball coach Tom Izzo. And absolutely 100% spot on. And I've talked to some basketball coaches, and I know we all saw the incident. Juwan Howard suspended 5 games. Players now are suspended because Juwan Howard acted like a little baby, got his ass kicked. Timeout was called because he was pressing walk-ons with 15 seconds left. Like, come on, dude. But it's the third incident that Juwan Howard has had in the last 2 years. He had one at Maryland, and he had one at Rutgers, and then at Wisconsin this year. Like, there's a pattern here. Should he be fired? But missing the rest of the regular season, he gets to come back for the postseason. I would have sat his ass down for the rest of the year. You can weigh in if you want. At Jay Walker Sports, you can call or text 406-209-1267. What would you have done? And I don't think we should eliminate the handshake line. And everybody's, turning it into a racial deal because that's where we are in today's society is everything has to be about race or sex, right? Or gender, sorry. But when it comes down to it, if you look at handshakes in all of these basketball games, well, Greg Gard shouldn't have put his hands on him. Well, Juwan Howard shouldn't have said, I'll effing never forget that, or I'll effing remember it. But if you look at all these other handshakes from coaches across basketball, any division, any gender of the two that there are, male, or boys or girls, men or women's basketball, they reach out with the hand to shake, and then they put their other hand on the forearm or the bicep. So don't give me this crap that, a guard shouldn't have touched him. No, this was all on Juwan Howard. 100% all on Juwan Howard. Would I have fired him? Probably not. But you look back at his history, maybe. Definitely anger management. But on a side note, there's good basketball being played in the Queen City. And for the last 7 years, you could say that Helena girls basketball has been the epicenter of the best girls basketball in the state of Montana. You had the Helena High girls run, you got the Capital girls run, not to mention the volleyball run that those Capital girls went on for 3 straight years too. And their 71-game win streak. Match win streak. But the basketball team is on a roll, and they're doing it with different girls. And Capital girls hoops is one of the hottest teams right now in all of the state. And when we come back here on the Jason Walker Show, we'll chat with Katie Garcin-Forba, the head coach, the architect. We'll talk about senior night. I think we'll dive into some other stuff too. She's just fun to chat with. And she'll join us. Also going to talk to Helena High boys coach Brandon Day about the tough loss in Crosstown Friday night and look ahead to the regular season finales this week for both the boys and girls of AA across the state. And much more still to come. Jason Walker Show, this opening segment, as always, brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry, 50-plus years experience, the finest craftsmen in the state. And it's family-owned and operated, veteran-owned and woman-owned. You get milled, handcrafted, or timber frame, project management services. They will fix a house that's best for your budget, and it will last for generations. Visit yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Katie Garcin-Forba will join us next here, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Tuesday. Brandon Day going to join us coming up. Helena High boys coach. It's crazy with the seeding in boys Western AA where everything could fall based off what happens this weekend. Especially 4 through 8, 3 through 8. We'll talk to Brandon Day about that. On this day in history, much more coming up. Don't forget tomorrow, Alex Eshelman. That's what she said. And also, new Helena High football coach, Dane Broadhead, will join us. One of the hottest teams in all of the states as far as hoops is your Capital Bruins girls. And joining us now to talk about the big win in Crosstown and also look ahead to the regular season finales is the head coach, Katie Garcin-Forba. And she joins us now here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, it seems like what did we call it last week? The revenge tour continues. Another big win over Helena High, this time at their place. Take me through it.
Oh, man, it was a fun game. Our girls came in and really executed the game plan well, I thought, and we wanted to just disrupt some of their better scorers and take them out of their game plan a little bit. And I just thought, compared to the last time, our first Crosstown game, where we were so on our heels and timid and just looked nervous, we looked so confident in that game. And, we were by no means perfect, but we were so much more composed. And that's where we want to be at as we head into the postseason. It's just a composed, confident team that goes out and makes plays together.
Your defense did a lot better job, especially on the outside, as you mentioned. Instead of giving up 10 threes, you give up 2, and that's a big difference in the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hit some big threes. Rachel Stacy hit 3 threes in the third quarter. That was a huge run for us. I think we had 4 total threes in the third quarter, which was big. But yeah, we limited open looks for their shooters, and I thought we made them take rushed threes, which they were, deep. They were a little off balance, which we told them, hey, they're going to hit a couple. They're a good shooting team, but if we can limit their open looks, we're going to have a good chance to win this thing. And I thought our girls did a really nice job of that, and just really locked in and played great team defense together.
We haven't talked about Rachel Stacy this year. What happened Saturday that helped her go off, basically?
I think she just keeps growing in confidence. You know, every game she's been hitting more and more shots. She's been figuring out where she's going to get those shots. And I think her best, you know, her kind of, you know, coming into her own game was against Flathead. I think that was the first one that kind of set the tone for her. And she's just continued to be able to make plays for us. And I think on Saturday, her teammates just kept finding her in open spots, and she was in rhythm. And we always tell the girls, you know, in rhythm threes are some of the best shots we can get, and that's how we want to facilitate our teammates. And so I think that, you know, as she's growing in confidence, her teammates are growing in confidence, it's just her ability to hit big shots. And she got to the free throw line for us. She got to the rim a couple of times. But I really think a lot of that comes from her just being more confident, honestly, on the defensive end and rebounding, and then letting offense just kind of come to her and, you know, just taking what's there and helping her teammates, you know, get good looks if she doesn't have an open look herself.
She had 8 rebounds. I mean, that's key in any game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For her to have, she had 14 points, 8 rebounds. She was 50% from 3. She was 75% from the free throw line. All of those things, you know, we want that confidence continuing forward as we, like I said, as we head into the postseason. But I think she has felt this change in maturity a little bit as the season has progressed. And, you know, she's playing some of her best basketball right now, which, you know, honestly, that's the best thing we can hope for.
You mentioned the defense. We talked to Katie Garcin-Forba, the Capital girls coach, but Catherine Emmert really holding Avery Kraft in check with just 4 points. How key was that?
Oh, it's huge. You know, we spent a lot of time on, you know, working on defending drivers that can also shoot the ball well and making sure that we have high hand on the closeout. When I went back and I watched film with Kat specifically, she did such a nice job of making sure she had hand in the shooting pocket every possession when she was on defense. And then when, you know, Avery or whoever would look to drive, we do a really good job, much better job of popping back to be able to create a little space so we can keep them in front. And those are just little details that we focused on that, honestly, I took for granted a little bit going into the season because I've been coaching a really veteran team for a couple of years. But what's been great about this group is what they didn't know, they're starting to learn and know now, and that's one of the things that really stood out for me. But Catherine made her take tough shots, contested shots, didn't foul her, didn't bail her out. She just made her make tough plays. And I thought she did a really nice job being locked in. That was a huge defensive assignment, and she did a really nice job on Saturday.
Now you shift gears as we talk to Capital girls coach Katie Garcin-Forba, 11-5 overall, 8-4 now in the West, and making moves up the standings. And that's key because this is the final week of the regular season. They're seeding on the line, and you guys are in a great position right now.
Absolutely, and that's what we told the girls, you know, going into Saturday's game is, you know, it's not a have-to win, but it's a definite need to win, and understanding the difference between that, but going out and playing loose and playing with confidence. And, you know, we've put ourselves in the 3 seed with the potential to move to the 2 seed. That's huge, and we want to be in control of our own destiny at the end of the day. And I think that we've done a really good job of that. I think the girls have done a really good job of that. And so, which is exciting. And that's excited confidence going into the postseason, which is what you want your team to be feeling, and not, you know, the other side of it of, oh man, I hope we can play well. I hope we can. It's when we play well, good things happen.
Are you playing your best basketball?
I think we're getting closer. I still don't think we're at a, you know, and I'm a little bit picky, and I tell the girls this, like I'll nitpick things because I have high expectations of where we're headed. But we're getting closer. I mean, we're 3 weeks left of season. And so we have to be, you know, continuing to trend upward, but I think we're getting closer and closer to putting together that, you know, full 32 minutes of just a solid basketball game.
I talked to Ben Dudek yesterday, your counterpart, and he said that you guys get along well, you support each other, and he wants you to win the title if Helena High doesn't win it. Would you say the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime we can keep the title in Helena. I mean, we were talking on Saturday, and we have 5 state titles between the 2 programs in the last, 5, 6 years? 5 years?
I think it's 5
for 5. 5 for 5. And then before that, there was one, you know, we won it in 2015. So 6 out of the last 7 have been in Helena. that's pretty remarkable. And I think that, just to think about that, it's good for girls basketball. It's good for us to continue to grow the game and keep the game strong in Helena. So, absolutely. I think that, the more success we have in our town, the better, younger girls see that and they want to be a part of it and they want to try and go chase a championship themselves.
Senior night coming up this week. It's always an emotional night. Will you cry?
I always get emotional. I'm not a big crier. I think with this group, this is a really special group in a sense that they've worked really hard the last 4 years for me, and they have kind of been in the shadows of the senior class last year. And so to see them flourish and kind of come into their own has been really special in its own way. And so I think I'll get emotional over that aspect of it. They're a really neat group of young ladies, and not only just as athletes, but as leaders in our community. And so there's a lot of pride tied to this group. And I always get a little emotional. I don't know if I'll cry, but I might tear up a little bit.
Okay, who's the coach that will cry the most?
Ooh. I could see Savannah Big now, honestly.
Really? She'd be the one that I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not a very emotional coaching staff. As I'm thinking about it, I'm realizing there may be a little bit of an emotional disconnect that we have with we're hyper competitive. I can say that. Yes. I know that much, but I don't know. Shelby maybe, but she's got a pretty tough exterior. Okay. So I don't know.
I would have picked Matt.
Yeah. No, before we ever saw that though, he'd go wander off somewhere to himself. He'd be like, where did Matt go? And then he'd just reappear. So yeah. He might get emotional over this group.
Because he's been through it with them too. So
yep.
All right, Sentinel Thursday, correct?
Yep.
Is that okay? And that's at home. That's senior night. That's the Spartans. Tell me about Thursday.
Super athletic. I mean, man, they've got Brooke Stainer, who's going to run track for the Grizz, who could have gone. I mean, Pac-12, SEC. She's just a great athlete. They love to get out and run. They've got another kid, McElmurray, who's going to go probably run Division I track somewhere. She's a sophomore. They've got some, just a solid post player in the paint. So very, very similar to us in some ways with how the style of basketball that they play, but they definitely push tempo, and they want to trap in the full court, and they want to trap in the half. I mean, they just want to trap and pressure all over and then get out and run. So, we have to take care of the basketball and handle their pressure and then limit their transition looks.
And then Thursday or Saturday with Butte to close the regular season. Everybody tells me about Butte. It's the exact same word everybody uses about no matter what team is from Butte, they're scrappy.
It's got to be something with what's in the water down there. I don't know. But I think that's absolutely true. They'll be scrappy. They will look to, they rebound hard. They shoot the ball well from outside. They just, and I think that he's got them playing, a nice disciplined style of basketball that they're very disciplined in their 2-3 zone, and they don't give you a lot of easy looks. And then they also like to push tempo a little bit, but they'll get a little bit settled in on offense and wait to get a great look. And I think they're a team that gives up good looks to get great looks. And so you have to grind out possessions a little bit, but they'll play hard. They'll come in, they'll be aggressive, especially on senior night, a lot of emotions there. And they've got, seeding for divisionals on the line as well. So there's a lot at stake these last 2 games.
Have you ever been axe throwing? I took my wife axe throwing in Butte last week for her birthday. So that's something you guys can actually do. Go down early, throw some axes on Park Street, and then just go play some basketball.
That's good to know that you've done it, because my husband was gifted from one of the clients that he worked for, a axe throwing gift certificate for Christmas, and we were like, oh, is this a good idea for us to do? Like, this could be dangerous. This could be, but so you guys had fun.
Oh, we had a blast. She hit more bullseyes than I did. I won 2 out of 3 games to 21. And they do serve wine and beer.
Okay.
So there is that, and you do have to sign a waiver. But other than that,
well, then.
I mean, it makes sense, right? But it's really, really fun. Like you guys will have a blast.
Okay, well, that's good to know because we have it. It's for the one in Bozeman, but we were like, okay, we need to go do this. So
Yes.
I'll pass that along to Matt, and he's not scared at all to take me axe throwing or anything.
I'm scared to death now after watching my wife do it. Because I was already scared of her anyway, but now I know that she can throw an axe, and my father-in-law's like, get everything sharp out of the house. So there is that. But yeah, I don't know. You can throw a rope. You can throw an axe.
That's what I feel like. I have pretty good hand-eye coordination because of that. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. It would be, Matt and I bowled together on our second date, and it did not end well because we were both extremely competitive. And after he beat me the second time, I may have been like, nope, we're done. And I'm not sure 12 years later if we've done anything competitive against each other. We don't even, we don't play horse. We don't do anything like that competitive, and it maintain our marriage in a very healthy way. So I'm not sure axe throwing will be great, but we'll find out.
Well, I have an idea. You and my wife can go axe throwing, and I'll go with the husband, and then that way we guarantee that nobody dies.
Perfect. That actually sounds like a much safer plan. Yeah.
Because then you guys can just talk smack about us and how much you would love to have axes in our backs, but but at the end of the day, everybody's happy. So
yes, and it keeps us out of prison. So that sounds great.
Well, you guys could get away with it. There's always some justifiable homicide thing that you guys could come away with.
There also happens to be a really big pit in Butte that you could probably sink a body in. So, not that I've thought about it.
Wow. On that note, good luck. Now I'm scared of you, too. So Coach Boyle, Coach Sayers, Coach Binford, and now you all scare the crap out of me. By the way, did you see the video of Coach Harper?
I did.
Tennessee?
And I loved it.
That was fantastic.
It was. And she did it in a way that was not belittling or berating, but she did it in a way that was, she wanted to get the point across. And I have I like that. And I thought that was cool. Yeah, she did it was a good message for sure.
Woman up, and they're testing your womanhood.
Yep.
I want you to use that at some point in a timeout or a halftime speech if you're down, okay?
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, but I have to have it on film so I can, so somebody...
do a comparison.
Yeah, somebody's got to have it. So, all right, I know you got to run, but good luck this week. We'll chat next week and get ready for divisionals. How's that?
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
That is Katie Garcin-Forba joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle, it's your home, it's your auto, it's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. That's where all of our guests appear via courtesy the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. She's fun. I think we should get a group of coaches to go axe throwing. Get the 14 AA coaches, right? Or 16, I guess there is now, or 32. See, there's 16 boys teams, 16 girls teams, so get the 32 coaches. Better idea. Let's just get the Frontier Conference coaches, men and women, and go axe throwing. I think that'd be fun. I think that's a way we can settle tiebreakers in the Frontier from now on, and basketball and in all sports. That's how we settle tiebreakers from now on. Is the teams that are tied, those coaches and the captains have to go axe throwing, right? I think that's a great idea. All right, take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we're going to chat with Brandon Day, get his thoughts on Helena High boys' tough loss and what they need to do to finish in the top of the Western AA. Because based off what happens this week, they can finish anywhere from last to basically fourth. And it's interesting. But it all has to do on wins. And how will they get those wins? We'll talk to Coach Day coming up. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. Final segment on a Tuesday. Don't forget tomorrow, Alex Eshelman, That's What She Said. New Helena High football coach Dane Broadhead. Thursday, Lance Hartzler, and much more. And then next week's kind of in flux based off of basketball schedules for the Frontier. And then I'm actually going on a golf trip before state basketball. The following week, the second week of March, I'll be in Missoula doing the show and also announcing on NFHS for the state A boys and girls. Can't wait to see everybody again. And will we get a repeat of last year's state A girls title game? Double overtime, Havre over Billings Central, which was one of the top 5 greatest basketball games I've ever been a part of. It was just an amazing basketball game. I don't know if anything can top that, though. Man, it was so good. The state AA will be played in Billings. Divisionals next week. Western AA will be in Helena. I think the Eastern AA is in Bozeman. But the Western AA is, it's pretty much Hellgate, Capital, and then everybody else. And that includes Helena High, which is 4-8 in league play, coming off a 14-point loss to Capital on Friday night at the Jungle. And joining us now to talk about that and look ahead to the regular season finales this week is head coach Brandon Day on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, coming off a tough week in which Crosstown, a tough loss on the home court. Take me through Friday night there.
Well, first off, it was a fun atmosphere, boy. It was a packed house. Good for those kids to get to experience that. You know, we came out ready to play. The boys started off shooting pretty well. And just kind of as the game went on, that pesky little zone trap that those guys run, you know, caused some problems. They got some easy ones on us. And then Cook obviously had a good game. He caused so many problems when he shoots well, which led to, good old Opitz causing some problems inside. So, I mean, those two combined for 50 of the points. So, we just couldn't keep up with their scoring, and, it got away from us there at the end.
How proud, though, the team never gave up, like you said, a great environment, and they battled to the end, and Coach Petrie had a decent game, too.
Yeah, it was big for us to, get some guys to hit some shots again. We kind of were on a cold streak there for a while, and we still didn't, put up the points like I'd like to see, but, definitely improvement from the previous games, and against a very good team. I mean, obviously Capital saw, especially when Cook's back. I was very proud. I was very excited about our energy. We played hard, for 4 quarters, even when they got down 20 there later in the game. The boys still paddled back, kept playing. So, it was, that first half team was a team that can compete and play. So, there's some good things for sure that we saw, and I'm hoping that those are things we'll continue to see as this week goes on and into the tournament.
Well, you do have the regular season finales coming up this week, Butte and Sentinel, 2 very good teams. Take me through each.
They're both, very different teams. For example, Butte is they're scrappy. A lot of one-on-one. They have some very talented scorers. They got the big guy inside, so they're just they're tough because they can go off and score a lot of points in a hurry. Last time we played them, they were down one of their better players, so they're going to be looking forward to playing us again. And then Sentinel's kind of the one that surprised you through the year. They're similar to us, but they've been so up and down. They got a couple guys that can get hot, but more than anything, they're just a tough bunch, and they play hard, and don't let you get any easy ones.
What's the motto, and what are you saying to the guys this week as you head into the regular season? Because there's still some seeding on the line.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy deal with our conference right now. It really could be probably anywhere from 4th to 8th, depending on how these games go. The biggest thing that, really the way the conference is set up, the way, we've won games, lost games, it's every game's going to be a tough game come tournament time. The biggest thing that I want to see from these guys is that they continue to progress. We kind of hit a little downhill slope there for a while, and I'm hoping that this Capital game gets us going back in the right direction leading into these last 2 games. So really, I'm keep talking to them about wanting to play our best basketball come tournament time. And these are 2 huge games for us. We don't got no win on the road. It's Belgrade. So to get one in Butte would be huge for us. And obviously senior night, finishing things off the regular season would be big for us too.
What do you remember about your senior night?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know if I remember mine. So long ago. No, it's a fun event. I don't even remember how the game went. But it's just nice to be recognized. Hopefully these guys enjoy their last night on Dale Court, Harper Court.
But your senior night wasn't nearly as long ago as Almquist. You should remember yours.
Yeah, he is way older than me. Way older. But it's kind of scary to know that we're over 22 years ago now.
Man,
I played on that court, so
crazy.
It used to be a while ago.
Yeah, Brandon Day, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right, you saw the video. You saw everything that happened. Juwan Howard, should we do away with the handshake line, or and is his punishment enough?
I just don't understand why we can't be civilized in a line of, saying good job. I mean, I've been angry after games, and I still can manage to, say good job to people. I don't know what happened. Obviously, there's something said by both sides, in that video, but it's just crazy to me what, how those things happen. But, we have had a lot of incidents where, somebody says something, punches somebody, slaps somebody, wherever it may be. So, I don't know if we just need more strict punishments or how we change that. But I feel like it's the good sportsmanship to be able to go shake the other team's hand and say good job. So I would hate to see it go away, personally.
Well, no, I completely agree with you. So, and I think most coaches have said it. Tom Izzo said it pretty well yesterday too. So, Brandon Day joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. What do you, as you get ready for divisionals, do you change the way practices go, or do you change the way you approach the guys at all?
Not really. It's practices are pretty short and sweet now. I mean, we try to get it down to half an hour of just real good focus and hard work for that time. Really make sure we're trying to keep the guys healthy. But, there's a lot of fine tuning, trying to fix some of the things that aren't going well in the previous game. And, that's the nice thing about playing those good teams like Capital now is it really does expose your weaknesses and gives you stuff to work on. So it's more just a fine tuning and shortening of the practices and making sure that they're done right at this point.
Are you shortening the practices because you're tired of dealing with the kids, or because you don't want them to get burned out?
No, it's probably a combination of both. No, it's I just want them to still have that love for the game. This time it's a long season. It's a drag, so it's keeping their focus. I know it's hard sometimes to come in and stay focused and work hard for anything over an hour and a half. So no, it's just our way of rewarding the guys for their efforts in that time period.
What kind of fun do you have in practices at this point in the season?
Well, to be honest with you, we listen to music sometimes. But we've been hammering pretty hard here trying to get things cleaned up. But we have been known in the program to play a little wiffle ball or some dodgeball here and there. We'll kind of see how things go. We might have to sneak one of those in this week.
I like that. Who's the best wiffle ball pitcher?
Well, Gavin Tennis, I would hope. Being a future college baseball guy, but you never know. There's some sleepers with that wiffle ball.
That is true. Will you cry on senior night?
No, I do pretty well senior night. I keep it together. That sometimes I get a little bit teary-eyed when we go banquet at the end of the season. But no, I hold it together pretty good for senior night.
Who's the coach that would cry the most? Is it Mergel with that tough exterior?
I don't know. It's probably not this year. Next year, you may see a different reaction.
Yeah, that is true. Well, good luck this week, and I look forward to a couple of Bengal wins.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I know you
Thanks
too.
for the call.
But, I know you want wins. But let's chat next week before divisionals.
Hey, that sounds great.
All right, so my microphone just fell off. Hold on, let me get the camera on. This will be fun. I get to hold the microphone. But no, it literally just fell off. The whole thing fell. Okay, the holding thing fell off. All right, so what holds the mic basically right here by this computer just fell off. So I gotta get that fixed. I'll have to do that. Now what? Is that whole thing gonna fall too? Oh, technology. It's so great when it works, right? Well, this will be fun. I got a sweet email from the governor's office, and we might not, it's not Governor Gianforte that will join us, but we might be having a very special guest soon. Possibly. I'll let you know. But the governor's office reached out to me and nobody else in Helena or the state of Montana for this potential interview. It's a sports figure. I can't wait. I hope it happens. Oh, don't jinx it. Okay. Let's do On This Day in History. It is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. Pinkerton and Company is a combat veteran-owned company out of Wyoming. Handmade in America with American leather. If you want a wallet, done. You want a custom saddle, done. And it'll be beautiful. and it's built to last. Find them on Facebook, Pinkerton CO, or pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. Today is February 22nd. It is 2/2/22. This is so awkward. Oh, now that's like rotating off. Hold on. I don't know what's happening here. All right, this will be fun for the next 7 minutes or so. Okay, what if we do this? No, because that'll tear. Okay. It is World Spay Day today. It is Supermarket Employee Day. It is Cook a Sweet Potato Day. It is also National Margarita Day. On this date in 1860, organized baseball played in San Francisco for the first time. The Eagles and the Red Rovers. 1888, father of American golf, John Reed, first demonstrates golf on a Yonkers cow pasture to friends. 1893, the first Iron Bowl. Yeah, it was held in the spring, or winter, I guess. Auburn beat Alabama 32-22 in Birmingham. 1936, Sonia Henne, arguably the greatest women's figure skater in history of Norway. She won a Winter Olympic in 1936, gold. Followed it up with a 10th consecutive women's world championship gold in Paris. 1959, the first Daytona 500. Lee Petty, Johnny Beauchamp crossed the finish line side by side. Beauchamp was declared the unofficial winner. And then 3 days later, NASCAR founder Bill France Sr. gave it to Lee Petty. On this date in 1980, do you know where you were? Were you watching a bunch of college young hockey players beat the Soviets 4-3 at Lake Placid in the semifinals? Americans would then go on to beat Finland in the gold medal match a couple of days later. Today was the Miracle on Ice. 42 years ago. 1998, Nagano Games closed, the 18th Winter Olympics. 2018, a big upset too. And it was funny because it happened on the same day, 38 years later. The U.S. women win the ice hockey gold for the first time in 20 years with a 4-3 shootout over Canada in Pyeongchang. It was tied 3-3 after OT. They go to the shootout and got the win. It was exciting to watch. And it was a big upset. And like the men, 38 years previous, snapped a 20-year winless drought of the gold medal. Happy birthday to Sparky Anderson, the former Cincinnati Reds, Detroit Tigers manager, born in Bridgewater, South Dakota in 1934. He passed away 12 years ago. Dr. J. Julius Erving, born on this date in 1950. George Washington, born on this date in 1732, our first president and commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. It's Drew Barrymore's birthday today. E.T., Poison Ivy, Firestarter. Drew Barrymore Show, I think she's got her own. Born on this date in 1975. And on this date in 1889, U.S. President Cleveland signs a bill to admit the Dakotas, Washington, and Montana to the Union. Of course, Montana would officially join in November of 1889. That is on this day in history. It is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. It's an amazing company. Casey, a Montanan, lives in Wyoming where he builds everything out of American leather. Wallets, purses, saddles, belts, you name it, he'll get it done if it can be done with leather. And go to pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount at checkout.
We always hear...
let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. And if you're just joining us, our microphone fell off, so our whole stand, so we have to fix it. But I'm trying to hold it as we do it the rest of the show. Congratulations, Dane Broadhead, the new Helena High football coach. He will join us tomorrow here on the Jason Walker Show. Looking forward to chatting with him. There were some big games last night. Montana Lady Grizz led huge and ended up coming back to lose at Idaho. Had a shot at the buzzer from Sophia Stiles that missed, but the Lady Grizz now fall, I think, 9-7 in league play. and blew a 14-point third-quarter lead in that 70-69 loss on the road. And then the Bobcat women last night at Portland State rolled. Cola Bad Bear had herself a game, especially in the second half. It was fun to watch. The Bobcat women are now tied with Idaho State with a 13-4 record in league play, tied for first. And MSU, so remember they were supposed to play Portland State a couple of weeks ago. They got there, found out that they couldn't play because Portland State was dealing with COVID. So MSU then flew to Cedar City, Utah, where they played Southern Utah and lost. Gave up a big lead, lost in overtime. This time, they flew out in two different groups on Sunday. The second group didn't get into Portland until Monday before the game because the flight got canceled. MSU turned a 5-5 tie into a 15-5 lead and never looked back. Vikings fall to 0-15 in league play. And Darian White doing great things. Bobcat shot nearly 50% from the field and forced 17 turnovers in the big win. Bad Bear had 17 points with 8 rebounds. Leah Beatty with 15. Gabby Maki 11, and Lexi Deeden had 10. And Beatty and Maki combined for, 6 threes? And by the way, the final score was big, 82-57. So you got the Brawl the Wild coming up Saturday or Friday night? Saturday. They'll both play, right? Cats Grizz and the Cats Lady Grizz, everything up at Dahlberg. All right. Hope you had fun today. Got to fix our microphone, so that'll be a hoot. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us from Brandon Day, Helena High Boys, Katie Garcin-Forba, Helena Capital Girls coach. Tomorrow, Dane Broadhead, new Helena High football coach, will join us. We'll talk That's What She Said with Alex Eshelman, and a whole lot more tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed today. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. And we will see you back here tomorrow at 4. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Again, see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Have a great Tuesday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.